There we go. Everything should be working. Hello, Gerald. How are you? Alrighty. So today begins the development phase of the Dungeon Hunters. If you guys don't know what the Dungeon Hunters is, it's a game I made in Game Dev Tycoon. If you know Game Dev Tycoon, you know you just set some variables, and depending on those variables depends on the star rating you get. But our mission is to turn these games into real games. And we're starting off with the Dungeon Hunters, because that's the very first one. It's a dungeon adventure game with stories and quests, with gameplay. It's got a lot of AI for the enemies, a nice level design, a good amount of dialogue for the story and quests, nice world design, good graphics, and some nice sound. So, for this idea, I was thinking about, of course, taking it from anime, having a guild where you register as F rank adventurer, and then you have to do quests and slowly go down and down lower into a dungeon until you reach the very bottom floor and become an A rank adventurer. That's basically the whole gist of the game, and you can upgrade your armor, making it stronger, maybe even enchanting it, maybe even cast some spells, get better weapons. So yeah, that is our plan, is to basically recreate this in here. I mean, we need story, we need quests, we need the ability for the player to level up from F rank to A rank adventurer status, with being able to go down into the dungeon, fight enemies, collect rewards, level up, and advance. So yeah, we got some good amount of stuff to do. We need to make a guild, to register, get quests from, sell resources, make money, and a shop so you can upgrade its armor and tools. And then we also, of course, need to make the entire dungeon. That's a given right there. So yeah, that's what we plan on doing today, is basically recreating this into a real game. But of course, it is going to take some time due to I haven't done this type of stuff before, and I'm working from nothing but these variables here. That's basically it. And of course, we got some Minecraft music, because we would be musicless if I didn't have any music up. Trying to get it put onto my off screen. There we go. Thanks, Adeline, for the follow. If I said your name correctly, hope your day is going well. And thank you. I'm not gonna say your name, but thank you for the follow. Alright, so first things first, for developing the Dungeon Hunters, we should also name it the Dungeon Hunters. Alright, and the next thing we should do is, of course, make this from a square to 640 by 360, which is the ratio for a full screen. So now it perfectly fits our screen size. Forgot to do that right there. There we go. Alright, so what would the next step be? 60 FPS, interpolation, higher quality pen, infinite clones, which is going to be very important for this game. Remove fencing so we can go off screen without being stuck, and there's some other limit as well, with disabling the compiler so we can so whenever we make a change in the code, it immediately changes in the stage instead of having us to re-click the flag to reset it. So yeah, that is our mission, and of course we gotta save it. Alright, so what would be the next thing to do? Because there's a lot of things that we can do, and I sort of feel like starting with a character creation. Basically being able to make your own character. But how do I want to do that entirely? Because the way that I could do it is basically, you got the player's head, you got their body, their limbs. Well, of course, it would be like boom, 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 and then boom, 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 of course. So we can have it so everything is separate, so you can change the body, and then we can have one for the hair. So this would just be the hair right here. Then you can have the helmet protecting, so that's 3 layers on here. We can also have facial hair, which would be going here. So that'd be 4 clones just for the head itself. And then we got the player. We got the clothes. That'd be 2 per clone. Then we got the armor, which is 3. So we got 3 clones per limb. But of course, we also got the hands. So we got the hands, the armor, and another thing, we're going to have a weapon, which is going to be technically 3 if there is a weapon, and 2 if there's not a weapon. So yeah, that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, that'd be 15. Okay, let's just redo the math. So for the 4 for the head, each limb, so the skin itself, the clothes, and the armor. Hello, mate. It's Turbowarp, but yeah, basically scratch but better. So 3, 12, 24, 28, 31, 33, 35, 39, 40. Okay, so 40. There's a total of 40 clones for the player. 40 clones. Actually, that's a lot. A lot. 40 clones for the player. What are you doing? I am working on the Dungeon Hunters, which is... No, I can't. But yeah. We are recreating games we made in Game Dev Tycoon into real games. That is what we are doing. And we're trying to make the player, and the player is gonna be 40 clones. Or 40 sprites. So it's either 40 sprites or 40 clones for the player. That is a lot more than I want. But if I want full customer characterization, it's gonna have to be that. Isn't it? And we're also gonna have to use code for animation as well, which I have done in the past. And what I mean by coding with animation, animating with code, is I mean we have the separate part of each of these in a separate costume. So this is one costume, this is a second costume, this is a third, and this is a fourth. And then we use code to put them together and animate it. But that is code animating. Normal animating would be, this is frame 1, this is frame 2, and this is frame 3, which makes it very large, very fast, and I'd rather go with the code routes for animating. Which is another reason why this is 40 clones just for the player itself. Which gets annoying very, very, very fast. Because that is 40 starts, 40 loops, it's a lot. Hello Pumpkin, how are you? So yeah. If we want to do player customization, that's 40 clones right there just for the player. But what about the customization menu? That's probably another 20 clones, making our limit up to 60. And then we also need a costume for every type, so every skin color requires its own costume for each body part. So the hand, the lower arm, the upper arm, the head, the body, all of them needs their own costume for each skin color. And they need a costume for each, like facial hair, each helmet, each hat, everything. So there's going to be a lot of costumes, a lot of clones, and a lot of coding to do just for the character selection, which will help us make NPCs for the game, the player itself, and we'll just make it a better user experience, in my opinion. I'm doing good. I might need to go to the dentist because my tooth. What? Your teeth fell off because you brush your teeth. So your teeth came out of your mouth because you brush your teeth. That means you haven't brushed your teeth enough. Or you're not taking care of your teeth properly. If it just falls right off. Feel not fall play? Okay, so feels like they're off. Oh, feel off. Okay, feel off. Okay. That means you need to brush more, maybe change your toothpaste you're using, and definitely go to the dentist to see if you got cavities or anything worse. Because that is bad. But yeah, now we need to figure out everything. So I think before we do any coding at all, we should begin making the actual costumes for you to switch through. Basically making the player, and then changing the color of the player, and then adding over here the way to change it, basically. So if it's gonna be 40 clones, we gotta figure out how we're going to design the character now. Oh, are we? Oh, that is a good question. Are we gonna have the character look in all 4 directions? Like, have his face looking up north, which is, you see the back of his head? Or are we going to have it look to the side, where his eyes are off to the side, or what? Or are we just gonna have the character actually go forward? Have the player just looking forward at all times? How did you get fall from feel? Because the way that your sentences, and I can't English, you know this. I can't even do my own language properly, and I was born with it. But yeah, I think, how are we gonna do this? Because if we have the player only look down, that would be ideal. No, it wouldn't. The best way to do this is have the player look only left. And then we can use the direction to flip it. As you can see, it's flipping from left to right, and then back and forth. So we can use that to draw everything facing one direction, flip it so it's looking the other direction, and that would allow us to get, so we know if he's looking left or right, but we'll never know if he's looking up or down. That's the thing, and that's where our hands and the sword will come into play to help indicate and stuff like that. So we should draw everything like he's looking left or right, and we'll just flip it from there. But since this is directing right, we should draw the character facing right. Yeah. Alright, so basically it's time to begin work on making a character. So let's just try and get a basics character real quick. Alright, so we'll just do this. And then we'll have this, and then we'll have the brightness go down by 10. So there's, do we want an outline or not an outline? Maybe no outline would be better for this. So if we want, player. Because our first objective is just to make a basic player. I'm trying to remember the controls of Turbowarp, but I can't remember them. What? Okay, wait. Okay, so yes, that is correct. So, but just not. Okay, so there we go. So it's just bugs. All right. Good night, Pumpkin. Sleep well. Eye color, of course. We can also do that. But now it won't let me zoom. Okay, that is actually annoying. It won't. Now it will. What is this? Yeah, then we could just have the characters. There we go. So we got a basic player. This should be fine. And then now we can try to make the body, I guess, can be like this. Maybe. And then we can just expand this a little bit on each side. There we go. I think this should be fine for like the player body. And then we gotta figure out how we want to do the arm. There we go. So we can do what? What? That makes no sense why that is happening. But then we can do this. Why? Why does that happen? Now it's not what. Sometimes the controls work, sometimes the controls don't. What is this? What? This is actually angering me that it's not actually working. Oh, there we go. It's not letting me scroll wheel. Nah. That's actually making me mad that it's not working half the time. Okay, so we need to figure out the arms. Let me scroll, keyboard. This is annoying. So the upper arm is gonna be, of course it's going to be behind. Then you got the lower part of the arm, like here. And then there'd be, like, I'm holding control. That I'm getting very mad at this. Why is this not working how it's supposed to be working? And we'll just do like normal circle hand. That doesn't look perfectly round. What? Okay. I'm getting very mad about how this is working. Because I'm pressing and holding control, but it's not actually working half the time. Okay. I'm holding it. There we go. So this goes behind, like here. And then we can copy and paste, flip it, send to the front, and then put it here. So now we got basic player without legs. I mean, we could just leave him legless, of course. Okay. Alright. Let me zoom. There we go. And then for this one, what can we do? We can basically steal this. No, we need to... Why won't it let me zoom? There we go. This is so annoying. We're just gonna do a little bit of that. Then do the same up here. Alright, that seems about right. Let me zoom. There we go. Jeez. There we go. I'm gonna nope, let me zoom. There we go. Now I can zoom. So there's not too much. I'm getting very mad at why this is not letting me use the zoom feed. I'm having to mainly use the buttons, even though there are shortcuts to make my life easier. It's just not working. And then this one can just go here. And then this one can go. Hello, Sierra. How are you? I'm working on the development, like I said I would, of Dungeon Hunters, where I recreate the games from Game Dev Tycoon that I created. There we go. Basic player. It's basic, but it works, I guess. Why did that grab when I'm trying to grab this? There we go. Yeah, I guess that can work for a basic player. Alright, so now we got this. We need to start making it a clone. Alright, the next thing we should do is separate each of these into separate pieces. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do this and then just separate. So just delete all this. Then we can take the head and then take apart the arms. And then we can take apart the legs. There we go. And also the eyes can also be separated because they are not attached to the body. There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So now I need 16 clones minimum just for this. Yippee. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is just basically duplicate this no, not export, you stupid thing. Duplicate. There we go. So now we can make this one the head. This one the... You know, we'll deal with eyes later. This one can be the body. Which needs to be centered there. Right. Yeah. We're not gonna have any rotation with the body or head. But the legs and stuff will. No, it doesn't matter on its rotation because we're going to be using code for rotation, so yeah, we don't care. Hello, Evan, something. Upper right arm. Now, there's two ways to classify this. This can be the right arm, or this could be the right arm. But the player is here looking at us, so if we were the player looking at us, this would be our right and this would be our left. But I think it might be best to just go this right, this left to make it as simplified as possible. Oh, we need to... We should also make these straight up, but I don't think I actually can. Yeah, like that's physically going to be impossible to make perfectly straight. So might as well just leave it at its angle and center it. This one could be the lower right arm. This can be the right hand. And then now we can work on the left arm. This one can be the lower left arm. And this one can be the left hand. And then we need 3 more for each of these. So 1, 2, 3. This one is the upper right leg. And this is going to be the lower left leg. No, lower left, lower right. And this is going to be right foot. This is the upper left leg. And this one is the lower left leg. And this one is the... What? How does this highlight it? I'm typing, but... Okay, fine. It's being an idiot. Alright, so now we got every single part of the character edited. So... Alright. So the next thing we need to do is begin making 15 clones. Yeah, let's just do 14. So when green flag clicks, switch to basic player, repeat 14 times, next costume, create clone, and then show. Oh no, wait, it should be create clone, and then that goes to the next costume. Oh, that, okay. So this is basically every part. Alright, so now we basically need to reassemble the character. So if touching mouse and mouse down, say it's costume name for 2 seconds, and then it's gonna be a set draggable. This is not a set draggable. Okay, so we actually can't move that, so this also needs to be draggable. So we got the body. Why is it not showing? Oh wait, that's why. It's not in a forever loop. This is the body, this is the head, this is the lower left, upper left, upper left leg, so that would go here, that would go there, this goes here, upper right, lower right, the foot, lower left, left hand, lower right, right hand, upper right. So basically now, it's exposition we need to take list of. So character creation X, character creation Y. And then add its X and Y. To it, right. Well, it needs to only add it once. So we need to add it and then stop this script. Alright, so head, body, right, 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 left, 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 right, 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 left, left, left. And I forgot to change that to Y. Alright, so great. So we need to delete all of that and basically redo this. Instead of stopping this script, no, we'll just stop the script. There we go. So we can grab the head, grab the body, and okay, so I'm making this much harder for myself than it should be. Alright, let's go ahead and redo all of this again. Yep. Alright. Have everything go to 0, 0. Set draggable. Say it, and if touching mouse. We should just have it as so if touching mouse, and then it checks if it's mouse down, do this. And if it's just checking, and then if we press the one key, add it. So we can make it and then add it. Okay, and then we can set brightness to a -10 once we're done, and then clear of all graphic effects at the start. And then at any time I press the 2 key, just delete it. Alright. Making my life harder than it needs to be. So we first just need to get all of this, and of course that gets in the way. So the body, upper left leg. Actually, I need to do this and set him to back. So position the head perfectly, the body perfectly, the upper left perfect, the lower right as good as I can. Lower left leg. Right foot. Left foot. Left hand. Right hand. Upper left, upper right. Wait, leg. The lower left arm. This is the lower right leg. And this is the upper right arm. Press it and then stop the script. Body, upper right. There we go. That's it? Yeah, that is it. Yep, that is it. So delete the possibility to delete it. Okay, so now what we need to do is whenever green flag clicked, instead of going to next costume, we need to... Actually, no, next costume does work. That's the way it's coded, so... And then we need to assign a clone. This is going to be the, character creator clone ID. Set it to 0, change it by 1, and then set X and Y to item ID of that. Go to front and then go to back. There we go. So now we got the character being made for the character creation. We just need to change all Y levels. Okay. We just need to lower everything by 1. So what we could do is subtract it by like 3. 7, 10, 15. I think we're gonna have this show. Okay, so yeah, that seems fine. And then we can just have the character creation menu, like right here. There we go, so that works. We also need to set its layer. So what we need to do is set everything to front. No, set everything to back. And then have it go forward based on its layer. So we need to make a new list called character creation layer. And then we can set number 1, which is the head, to go forward. No, we should start at the very bottom. So the very bottom is the left foot, which goes up 0 layers. And then this one is the lower upper left, which goes up. This, delete all, goes up 1. And then this one goes up 2. No, wait, not this one. We need to insert 2 at item 1. So it needs to be delete. So that's the lower left. That's the left foot, lower left. This one needs to be going up 3. And then we need to do this for the right foot, which is next, which would be 4, 5, and 6. So that each of those. And then, how am I supposed to do this properly? This is actually more difficult than I thought. Okay. We'll just go ahead and do this. So 8. Should be 12. That should be 14. So the head is gonna go forward like what, the 14 layers. The body is gonna go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So it goes in front of 6. So it goes up 7. and then the upper right arm goes up 6 and then 5, and then no, we'll have the hand be 5 and the arm be 4, and then we want that to be in front of it, so it will be 8, 9, and then 10. And then this is the left would be 11, 12, 13, and then this would be 3, 1, 2. That should be the layer. Alright. I'm just gonna okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and copy and paste these, because the way that it works, it's just best to have this as a backup measure. Copy, paste, copy, paste. 3, 4, 5, 6, that number, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now it's time to do the character creation for Y. Subtract 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that number, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so now we can safely delete all of those just like this. And of course, this will be added to a block called load list that will run without screen refresh, and it will load all the lists. Okay, so now it's not loading the character, so load character creation screen. And this that was made as a list. Character creation screen. So this will clear all graphic effects to make sure there's none. Set size back to default just in case if there was anything. Hide for safety. And then it will switch to the basic costume, which is the very first. And then it will load the costume. Alright, so now we can... Wait, that's loading list. This needs to be reset with loading character creation. There we go, so... Forever... If... the one key is pressed, we want it to load this. But that means it will load infinitely. Which is not ideal for that to happen. So when we load something, we want to deload, which will delete all. So to delete all clones, we need to have a variable for deload screen. And if it equals true, deload it, and delete. Else, it won't do anything at all. So we want to set deload screen to true, and then set it to false as we load up the scene. And we also need a new block for resetting variables. So reset every single variable. But if we do this, then it's forever loaded, which is what we want, because we want to change the costume as well. So now if we do this, it's set to false, we press 1, and we keep pressing 1, it keeps creating. Okay. Yeah, at a split second, it deletes it all and always keeps 14. Now, something else that we should do is we should set a load new screen. Now, the load new screen will happen every single time, and it will set it to true, deleting all the clones. It will switch the costume to loading screen, which will be a perfectly black screen. So it sets ghost effects to 100. Before it does that, switches costume to loading screen, and then shows, set it to that, switch to this show, and then it will repeat 10 times, changing ghost effects by -10 with a 0-second buffer, which is 1 frame or 1 tick. It will wait a second, and then it will redo it. And then after that, we will set it the load screen to false, and it will continue to run the program. So what we should also do is have it load new screen at the very beginning of the game after we set the variables. So if the ghost effect is 100, ghost effect to 100, switch to the screen, show, and then change. So is this... Or should we make this a 0.5 away? Okay. So you start, it loads it, and it did not load it. So it sets it to false once it's done, but it should set it to false here so it can be made. But it forever goes to the front layer. But this does that. Let's just tell it to do this if it loads too early. I'm not seeing it load at all. Okay, so it happened after it's done. But why is load character creation no longer working? Oh, clear graphical effects. Okay. Hello, Doe. How are ya? We're also going to modify this to be a set X and a set Y to make it better. There we go. Alright, so game starts, we press 1, and it didn't load. Wait a second. Why is it doing it here too? It's only supposed to hide, clear, and then not do this. It's only supposed to do this. Okay. Oh, okay, so this is where that issue comes in. If deload screen equals false, it allows it to run, or will it not? Okay, so maybe what we should do is edit this to be deload new screen, and then have one for load new, and then load. So there's gonna be a load and an unload scene. So the unload will be doing this, and then it will have it load. No, it needs to set it to false before it runs. Oh yeah, we never load the scene right after. Okay, so that goes to effect to 0. We need to show and switch. There we go. Now we got a basic loading and unloading screen. I should honestly rename it from screen to scene. Wait. Yep. Deload scene. No, it should not be. It should be deload scene load character selection scene, and then load new scene. Alright, so that should have reset those, which is fine. And that loaded this one, and then the second one, we can just have this load nothing. So from what it looks like, it's temporarily spawning the head ahead of this. Yeah, see, it's glitching in front every single time. It goes to the back layer and then go forwards a certain amount of layers. But now it's not anymore. But now it is. But if this loads instantly, because this is supposed to load, meaning it's supposed to do this instantly. So all of this is supposed to be instantaneous. What? What? Now it's just further showing that it's there for no reason. Yeah, see, it's just showing it on top for no reason. Okay, so we just need to... It's still showing as this, meaning it needs to go to front layer here and here to like try and... No. It's still showing on fronts. But why? It has... It's supposed to go to fronts. Yeah, see, it's still showing. Why? Maybe just refreshing. We also need to reset that every time. Yeah, see, why? That makes no sense. That makes no sense because the scene is supposed to be loaded. So it shows the black screen. Everything is supposed to get loaded while this is still at the front layer. What would this do? Yeah, that still just shows it on front for no reason. It's supposed to instantaneous load. Why? It loads the scene, everything gets loaded. Maybe what if we just do this? And then it does everything in here. It's still loading in front, and when it's instant, it goes to back and then it only goes forward this many layers. Well, this is still going to the front. Why does this stop going? It's supposed to be going. What? Maybe we have it do this once it's done. Because every time I create the clone, instant, done. It's just done. It's loaded. But what? It's like the front layer doesn't exist for it. It sets it to back layer, meaning it's behind everything else. But then it somehow goes more forward. How is layer 14 and 13 higher layer than the front layer itself? Because there's only 14. So do I just need to lower all of this by 1? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that number, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So in this instance, meaning only the head. None of it. So you're saying this entire time all I had to do was lower the numbers by 1. And that would fix the issue. Well, at least we got a very basic system that will unload and load screens. That is at least good. We need a nice, like, character creation type background or something. We're trying to make this somewhat good. Like, have this dude on a stage or something as we do its creation. And then here we can just do this, but make it darker. So down to 29. Hello Gojo, how are you? Thank you Hatsu for the rose. Hope your day is going well. There we go, so now it will unload, but we also should set the background to be different. So this one we'll just set to like maybe a nice greener tone. This will be the player creator, and this one's just grass. Can you make what's that? I don't know what that is. And then switch backdrop to player creator. Then switch backdrop back to grass. So now if we load the game for the first time, loads into grass, we can click 2 to load into grass, and we can press 1 to load into character selector. So you can customize your character, and then you can unload it. But as you can see, it unloads the character too fast. It's instant, when it should wait. So we're gonna set it to wait. Okay. So it unloads the character clones once it's fully black, and it switches scenes. So it deletes the scene and then loads a new scene when it's all black, so you can't see it actually switch, which is what we want. But we need to move the left leg and the right arm. So that 15. We need to raise this to -1. For the no, wrong one. This is the Y for the X. And then that one would be the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 up 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 up 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at what that one looks like. That looks a little bit too far, and that looks a little bit too high. So this will go back down to 15, but we'll release this from 1 to 5. And this one from 13 back to 14. And then change it from 4 to 7. So that should load it. No. Incorrect. Oh yeah, we wanted to load it down to 0. Here we go. That looks a lot nicer. And then the foot can also be adjusted. So we'll adjust it by an entire 1. Alright, we'll set it back like how it was. And then we'll just adjust that variable down to 0. There we go. So now we got our character selector, default, character selector, default, character selector, default, character selector. Now we need to actually begin making the character selector part, where you can change everything about the character. So now it's best if I rename the costumes better. I think. But what we should do is name this the character looks, I think. The character look. So we wanna delete all of character look and then add. Nope. So we wanna add, and we're gonna name it head_1. And we'll just rename this to head_1, body_1. Upper right arm, we could do upper right arm _1. And then UR arm, and then LR arm _1. And then right hand _1. UL arm _1. This would be LL arm _1. So we're gonna do this to make the name shorter and easier to find as well. This will be UR _1, LR _1, and then right foot _1, and then UL _1, LL _1, and then _1. Okay. So now we just need to do this. So we got the head, we got the body, we got the upper right arm, and then the lower right arm, and then the right hand _1 with the upper left. Hello Don, how are you? And then lower left arm _1. Then left hand. Probably sitting nice. This one is upper right leg. This one is lower right leg. This one is right foot. Upper left leg. This one is lower left leg. And this one is left foot _1. Alright, so now we know how that works. We need to, instead of switching the costume, and doing that, we just switch the costume to the clone ID of its character look. There we go. Now it loads correctly. Say hi to Loki. Hello, Loki, the murderer. Alright, so now that is a thing. Okay, so now we need to have a panel here and maybe a panel here. Or just one panel off to the side and this space be empty or something. I'm not sure exactly yet. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is make the panels. And I sort of think that I should make the panels within the player itself, but at the same time I don't think I should. So we're gonna make a new sprite. This is going to be the character creator menu. And I need to make a panel off to the side. And then we can just have the panel be like this. And then we're gonna just have this come down to maybe here. Or should I move this more over here for a bigger panel? Because it would make sense if we did that, so we can have an entire screen panel. Yeah, if we're going to do this, it's best if we move this as well. So I sort of feel like doing this. And then we'll just move the X by 25. By 75. By 85. 100. There we go. Now it's recentered off to the side with a bigger panel to work with for character customization, which seems okay. There we go. Now we got a better character customization menu. Okay, so now we need to add some text in. Oh. I should have a folder on my computer named font that has every single font that I want. If I'm correct, I do have one. But I don't remember where that folder is. Where did I put it? Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Oh, this is just... This was not like the folder I was looking for, but... I know for a fact I have a folder full of fonts. Here it is. I found it. Alright, I don't remember what these look like, so we'll just open them one by one. Okay, so this is the arcade quest. We'll just add it. Let's just go ahead and add every single one of them. So arcade quest. Classic stroke. Crazy blocks doesn't have one. No, it does. It's just an O. So crazy blocks. This is gonna take a little bit to add all of the font types I own. Death Stars. Because I might just do Arcade Quest. You know what? Looking at all this, I might just do Arcade Quest. But there was also Start Story I think I like. No, maybe this for like if someone's writing maybe, and that one for everything else. No. Orbital Chicken. Oh no, it's Oriental Chicken. Hello Banana, how are ya? Monarch. Okay, I'm just basically adding every single one of these because I need to figure out which one I want to use. Peaceman? What is Peaceman? I guess that is Peaceman. Okay, yeah, I think I might just do Arcane Quest. Because none of these I really want to do but that. Then this one can be the... Now, should I do one row down the middle or two rows? So one here and one here going down. Hello Marie, how are you? And then this one can be body. And then we can move this one back over here. Excited to take a shower. What are we doing? We are beginning development of the Dungeon Hunters, where my goal is to recreate every single game I made inside of Game Developer Tycoon as an actual game you can play. So we are first starting off for the gameplay, the character creation. So you can create your character to play. And then I might be working on the guild next, so you can register as a adventurer to go into the dungeon. And that's where you can sell and buy items and of course rank up. Alright, so this one needs to be right. But if we do that, it takes up the whole thing. Maybe because the head and body are like that. Here, let's go ahead and try and center this and then do this. No, not that. We should do this instead. And then we can move this one as centered as possible. And then move these off to the side. There we go, so that should be fine. Actually, what we should do is this instead. So this one will be right arm, and then we have the upper, lower, and hands. Maybe doing this could be cool. We can try and center that the best I can. And then we can bring this one over here. And then bring this one over here. Alright, so you got the head, and then the skin, and then the body, and then you got everything related to the right arm. Now we need to do the left arm, which is the same thing, but lower. And this one's going to be renamed to be the left arm, but we need to recenter it the best we can. Copy and paste these. You name this to leg and foot, and then foot and leg. Then we can reposition that to be there, and then reposition this one to be that, right? This doesn't look centered, but it is. Wait a second, it would just be easier if I did this, took this, and then boom, for sure centered. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this real quick. 1, 2. Two, three, 4, 5. No, then we'll just make this center like this. So we'll take it from the middle and center it. And then we can group these together and then take it all the way to the top. And then you have the right arm. This can go like here. Hello Q, what am I looking at? I am beginning the development of the Dungeon Hunters, where my goal is to recreate all games I made in Game Dev Tycoon as real games. And this one was the first game I made in there, so that's gonna be the first game I make here. And I'm working on the character creation. I'll just go ahead and recreate those later. And hello Q, how are you? So that's centered. Copy paste. It's so cold? Yeah, makes sense. My room's always hot. The stream's going good, even though really no one's here at all. There may be 1, 2 people. I'm having fun developing a game. Because I haven't actually had time to sit down and just develop. Because I've not been doing this For like, at all this year. I've not done this once this year. And it's very nice to actually come back to do it. Let me go in your room. Nah. There we go. So now we can group these. Because you'd be dead of heat immediately. Then we can copy and paste this. And lower it. I'm gonna freeze out here. Nah, you good. Your room is good enough. Right leg. Well, what can I say? You have my support with whatever you do. Thank you, Murray. Glad you do. So we're just gonna take that off over there. Group this. Fully center and then lower it. And this one would be the left leg. So we're just gonna take all of this, move it off to the side so I can work on this. Then group it. And then we can take this and center it. Alright, see him. So we got the head, the skin. Oh, that's my favorite audio to sleep to. Yeah, Minecraft music. There's literally nothing else but just me talking and not talking. So might as well add some music. Alright, this looks fine with me. It's just gonna bring us all the way over here, which is gonna take a little bit of time. But yeah, I think that does look nice, for sure. Alright, so now we need to make all the buttons. There's gonna be 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 12, 24, 26, 28, 30. So that's 30. 46. 46 because I want 2 arrows to up and down it, and then an indicator showing you what number you're at. If you're number 1, 2, 3, 4, stuff like that. And then once I get this done, it should be pretty easy. Oh, I didn't add anything for facial hair. Or eyeball color. I didn't think about eyebrow color or facial hair. That's 2 more things I need to add to this. But how am I gonna add that? Wait, why is... Okay, so all of this is for... Hold up. The skin is going to change the skin color of all of this at once. Each of these is separate clothing for the character. The actual clothes on it. So, wouldn't it be smart to make the head have hair and then like wouldn't it make sense to do that? Technically, yes, it would. And then this one is eyes. And of course, none of it is centered anymore. Or should I just rename this like mouth or something? Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. And then we can raise this up. There we go. So it would be smart to just put this up there. And then have one for the skin color, and then another one for the body clothing. Because all this is clothing. But I sort of feel like... I need to probably make this bigger. So it's closer. And then we can... Yeah, that's not gonna fit there. So unless if we make it smaller, then it might. And it definitely can get smaller. Let's actually go ahead and take this to the center. And then take this here. And then lower it to the bottom. And then we can bring this one up. Okay. And this one can be this, I guess. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't really do anything. Okay. And then just adjust some of these slightly. And we can group all that, group all this, delete that, and then just move this over. Hey MJ, how are you? Okay, so yeah, that seems fine. So what I need to do is make it slightly rounded, but not too much. No wait, what we should do instead is do this. And then there we go. So it's just not perfectly like that. This can be like just a little bit darker. Then we can have one being flipped upside down. Now we should, let me zoom. There we go. Okay, so now we need the up arrow. So the up, and then the down. The down doesn't need any of that, and the up doesn't need any of this. And then we could just have the numbers as well. Copy, paste. And then we can just modify these. Because if it's gonna be somewhat like that, then we should have the text be like this. Maybe this size? But it's gonna be off-centered slightly. So what I should do is like center 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That number 8, 9. We'll just go up to 9 for now. There we go. There we go. So now we got all the numbers, all of the arrows, the menu. So whenever we load a scene, we should also broadcast it. So load character creator scene. And this would broadcast this. So when I receive it, it will do this. And we should also have it broadcast deload the scene if it's empty. Like this is empty, so we just do this. It's just empty. So basically deloading the scene. Gonna delete that real quick. There we go. Alright. 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 So when we deload a scene, basically delete everything and hide. And then when I load the character creator, we want to load character creator scene. And this will run without screen refresh, so this will load it. And this will repeat. Well, we also want it to switch costume to menu, show, and of course go to 0, 0. And we'll also have this go to the back. So if it's 3 per thing, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51. So this is going to be 51 repeats. How long did this take you? I've been working on this for an hour, 2 hours now. And the only thing we have done... Wait, I haven't set the deload event. So, broadcast deload. And that will deload the scene. So instead of deloading, it's going to be broadcasting deload. Actually, let me see if that actually breaks it. Yes, that actually broke it. But we'll need it to at least broadcast it, so everything else knows to deload. But why? It's not loading the new scene properly. Like, see, that's normal. That is not normal. It's just not wanting to load new scene. Yeah, see, that's instantaneous. Well, that's slow. This is not. So we'll just have it broadcast a deload, but it does nothing here. Because that only delays it, makes it slower. So this is normal. There we go. Okay, so it was because it was in a broadcast that it took it longer. Need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right. Just do quick math. Okay, just making sure. So we're just gonna go ahead and just set these to 17 each. Switch costume to down, up, and 1. And we need a, not a list, but a this, which is, reload variables. And we'll have that run. No, it's not reload, it's reset. There we go. And we'll have it broadcast reset variables. So it can... No, it wouldn't be this. It would be reload list. No, it would just be called load list. And then when we receive load list, it will reload the variable. No, we would load the list. There we go. Hello, Duke. How are you? So I need a new list. This is going to be the character creator menu, up arrow, down arrow, and the number it is. It's 3 AM here and I fell off bed and I joined you now. Makes sense. But you should go to keep going. You go hang out. I'm doing good, Duke. How are you? There we go. So we need 17 each. Four, 8, 16, and then delete for 17. No, we can't do that. We would have to delete. And then down 2, 1, 2, 4, 8. Wait, that's 16. And I need 17. I did that incorrectly. Alright, so 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and then one more for 17. Okay, so that's all that has been reset. Now I need to set these myself, so we need to create a clone, and then that clone will hello Haley, how are you? I'm messing this up. I'm messing this up big time, but I'm trying to automate the process. Not automate it, just get it done. I'm doing good. So we can delete all of those. We only want the up arrow active. Just had Taki's nice, that's good. And then forever. If touching mouse pointer, and then if pressing space, but my allergies are getting worse. That makes sense. We are getting to that season. Adds the... Oh no. This isn't enough lists. Flip. Because we need an X and a Y variable. I can't even go to school or any doors. Yeah, that's very bad. I'm allergic to dust and grass. That's not a very good thing to do about, bro. Okay. It's like everywhere is dusty. Yeah, that does make sense. This is Turbowarp. It says it right there, and Scratch looks completely different. I also hate the pills the doctor... Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Makes me get tired after taking them and I end up falling asleep. They're probably drugged pills where you makes you fall asleep and never wake up or something. So this we'll just do, but how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this properly to make it look good? Because I can't fit an upper and lower right. I can only fit one in between these. Uh-oh. I didn't do this right, because I can only fit one. Unless if I do one here, like one here, and one here with the number in the middle. But... alright, so we'll have upper be like here. No... we'll have it be there. Finally I can type. Nice, Murray. Yeah, but it stops my itching. Yep. So that's good. No, I added it 3 times, which I do not want. Okay, so we got number 1. So what color do you choose for his eyes? What, this character? I'm just trying to set up the menu itself so I can begin actually customizing, because there's no eyes right now. So probably like 5 hours sleep. I don't know, I don't remember. Wow, a long time after taking pills. You're basically sleeping 24/7 at that point. That might need to change or something. Okay, so I want to oh wait, no, I guess that's fine. We also want to copy and paste these over, but I also feel like we want to do this, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want 5 of these, right? Only 4. I guess we'll just do these 4 for now. And then instead of -160, how about we do -140, 100, 10, 5. That should be fine for the second one. Now we need the third, which is -95, just 90, 10, 20, 30, 43. Alright. Yeah, well, you know, we'll just do that. Confusion, but I've seen this. Yep. I'm confusing myself with coding, because I haven't coded at all this year, and I don't remember the last time I coded. It's been way too long, so I'm trying to remember how to do it properly. Because the reason why I'm saving everything, like everything in the list, it'll be fine. But the reason why I am doing this, there's a time you load the game up, it deletes it, then resets it. It's because whenever I save the file and then load a new file, every single list has been deleted. Meaning everything I had in there, gone, and I have to re-add manually. So this makes sure I only have to do it once, and I never have to re-manually set the X and Y's of everything ever again. And this is also going to be very needed for animation purposes as well. Not like coding, but yeah, there is a lot. This one could be like 10, 20, 19. 2019. And then we can just set this number to 19. And there we go. We got 3 of the up arrows done. Yeah, this is going to probably take me a month just to develop the first of 15 games. That's gonna be annoying. Go like focus up. Yeah, I'm talking is fine because whenever I'm really focused, I really don't talk much unless if I'm trying to remember or at least get the brain going again for this. Okay, so for the we need to the X and Y. This thing here is stupid. I don't know why I wasted my time with that. I won't be here that long because I do gotta go mod for a friend stream. Yeah, that's completely fine. Go right ahead. For 8, 16, 17. So we want the same Y level. Actually, Y level is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we actually want 12 of these being the same. But 1, 2, 3, 4. So, wait. If these are the up arrows, there's 1, 2, 3. So there's 12. Okay, so yeah, so we want to... No, there's 12, but there's 3 of these. So we want 3 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these, and 3 of these. That's what we want. We want 3 of each. So that means we also want 3 of these. Okay, so yes, that makes sense. He's trying to do a 6-hour stream, that's fine. Hopefully it goes well. Alright, so we got all of these done. It's just the X's we need to redo. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the very first Y. And then do the minus 280, 60, 50, 3. No, because the edge of this one is here. Or here. So it's best if we have the edge be like 50. Okay, so 250 for the X. What does that mean? It's 250X for everything? Yes. So it's 3 of those. Because we need to reset the X for each of these. Yeah, so this needs to... create clones. Character menu button clone ID. Set to 0, change by 1, change by 1, and change by 1. And then I want to see these that I've made in here. So we'll go ahead and replace every single word that says thing with 0, so it goes to 0, 0. Because I want to make every single clone this very second, so I can see how it works. And what stuff I need to adjust, because I need to do the numbers next. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and reset down there. So that is the menu number. This one is... we don't actually have it set to delete the Y. So the Y deletion. And then the X deletion. This one is for that one, and then this one is for this one. Okay, so it should have loaded. Oh wait, oh no, this needs a variable dependence. It needs a variable type. It needs a type. So set type to up, down, number, because this sets everything. So then we need to check if the menu type is equal to up, down, or number. No, wait. Everything is the same, but this says number instead. Hold up. There is something that simplifies this. There is an extension that simplifies this very much, because I've used it once before and it saved my life. It saved me from writing 200, 300 lines of code minimum down to 5 because of this one extension. It saved my life with the amount of code that's in it. Here it is, variable endless plus. This saved me. Set item 1. Now this is the tricky part, because you have to name it correctly with joins. And this one in the middle, it can be the menu type. So join, character, creator, menu, space, the type, space, X. And then this will be space Y. The only difference is the type. Down arrow X, down arrow Y, number X, number Y, up arrow X, up arrow Y. So this, in theory, does it for me. Oh yeah, we also need to, since we added the Y, we need to add the Y of this. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 17. So let's just refresh, reload. There we go. And then item 1, we set it to the clone ID. There we go. It's been set. But something is wrong. So why is something wrong? Why is the up arrow not existing? Why is up... Oh. You need to switch costume to menu type. Because there's up, down, and the number we'll deal with later. And this will just check if the type does not equal number. It will run this, otherwise it will run number 1. Okay. So now it's working. It's just not going to the correct X. Because the down arrow X, where is down arrow X? You got the up arrow Y, meaning, yes, we need to go down. So the down arrow X is negative 250. Creator, character, creator, menu, space, down arrow, because that's the type, space X. So if we set that to item 1 of is negative 250. So why is it not setting it to 250? Why is it setting it to 0? There should be at least 4 of them at negative 250. Wait. No, that's right. But why is it not showing? Ah, I see the issue. I see the issue. Okay, so I've got no clue if this will work, but it should reset the clone ID to 0 every 17 times. No, wait, better idea. We can set the clone ID, but minus 17. No, because what if it's numbers? Then it's minus, number, yep. Alright, we'll just see if that works. I really hope that doesn't break it. It didn't. It fixed it. There we go. Now we got the up and down arrows for the upper section. This is taking a lot longer than I thought just to do a character creation menu. We've been doing this for 2.5 hours. What the flip is wrong? Not this itself. We've been doing everything in character creation for 2 hours, but that's crazy. But now all we need to do is change the X variable of 4 of these to move it, put it under lower, and I didn't change those to foot. I'm glad I'm noticing now. While I have the ability to change. This should allow us to just move it just a little bit further out. Okay, then we can just recombine them so it's easier movability. Alright, so really the only thing we need to do is just change the X. But the thing is, we have all of this empty space here and here. And since the arrows are going further than the text itself, meaning they're going to be overlapping? No. No. Wait. Maybe. Instead of doing this, I think it might be better to put the arrow here and then put this one with a very small sliver in between with a number next to it. I think that would look better in the long run. Because this, as of right now, is confusing me, and if it's confusing me, it will confuse the players. So I'm gonna fix that issue from a negative 250 to a negative 260, not 275. So we're just gonna reload. Thank you for the heart, banana. And then we can have the number right here. Okay, that definitely looks a lot better, but we should do a negative 277. That should make the gap smaller. We're gonna reload the entire game to reload the scripts. Too much. We need to minus 276 with an entire reload. There we go. Now all we need to do is put the numbers right here, and that should look a lot better. In my opinion, this should work for easy usability. Hopefully. This seems good, but at the same time it could be bad. So let's hope not. Alright, so might as well do the numbers now for upper, and then we'll just copy and paste the Y level across everything, because the only thing we're missing is the numbers, which we have not touched. Okay, so okay, so we'll set the Y level, which is the down arrow Y is set to, so minus 160. We're just gonna go ahead and copy and paste the Y's to see if I can get it to work. Let's say positive. Yes, definitely. We're just gonna see if this will work. Okay, so now we just need the X value, which we are going to set at minus 276 for now. No, and we're gonna set it to minus 250 and see what that looks like. And we're gonna reset the list. Okay, that's almost good. It needs to be minus 253. And reset. Okay, now that should be fine if it changes numbers. Oh, we also need one for the number itself, because we need its X and Y value, and we also need what number it is. Okay, that is something I actually almost forgot about, but we'll go ahead and delete it, and then set the number to 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 17. Now that is quite long, so to condense this, we're going to do up arrow, down arrow, numbers. So everything related to the up arrow comes here. So up, down, number. This is for the down. And then this one is for the numbers. And this should help out a lot with organization wise, so we can actually see, hey, this is all for the opposite of it being a list and trying to read everything. That should make it easier for us to find what we're looking for. And then for the number itself, since it's only setting it to 1, we will go ahead and just do a normal list because there's only one. Set item clone ID of the menu number. Why did that break everything? Probably because I clicked on it, disabling it. Here we go. So what we should do is replace item 1 of menu number with 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? That seems like fine placement. I could move it over 1, and that's it. So we'll do minus 254. And that should be the final number we need. Yes. And since we also have this set, we can also add in an if else if it's up arrow or down arrow. If it's up arrow, we'll have an if statement. And then wait untils. So if touching mouse pointer. No, wait. To make this simplified, if touching mouse pointer, then it checks if mouse is down, and then it wait until it's not down. And then it's replaces item clone ID of number by the item number plus 1. And this one would be minus 1. And if item of this is below 0, replace item of all of this to 9, and if it's greater than 9, set it to 1. So in theory, it should work. Well, that's not what I thought would happen. But at the same time, I thought that would be what happened. So let me just go ahead and fix the orientation of, or I should say the order of the costumes, because that is affecting what is happening if I'm correct. Yes. Yes, everything is working quite fine. There we go. So now we got a proper way to customize your character as much as you want, with nothing having to worry. And it perfectly loops from 1 to 9. Okay. Now we just need to change the X variable to the other ones, which should honestly be easy, because the only thing, we're also just going to set this to minus 288, because I do not want to deal with that anymore. So it looks a little bit different. You're not really going to tell. It's only 0.2 difference, if that even does have effect. So now we should, I don't know if it's on my end, but all I see is a yellow figure and can't see anything changing. If you can still hear me, then it's on your end, I believe. Because everything here seems to be working fine. I just need to refresh, and that should fix it, maybe? You know, that would be perfect. Okay. Just waiting for you to refresh to see if anything fixes or not. In the meantime, I'm gonna go get some more water while you try and fix TikTok, basically, Murray. And if need to, you could switch over to Twitch or Kick, but that's up to you. I'm back. I can see everything. What I meant was, you know, columns and numbers, but when it comes to the character you're building, all I see is a yellow shape. Like for the character over here in the character creator, it's only one color because none of this does anything. I'm just coding it so it works, and once the menu works, I can come back and actually do all the costumes because there's absolutely nothing. Oh, did not mean to do that. Now we'll need to transfer these over. So it's the up arrow that should be first. No, we should set this to minus. What is my mouse at? Minus 230? And the difference between these is 12. So this would be minus 218. And then this one would be another. This is a 22 difference. This would be a minus 196. If my math is correct. So meaning there should be a second row here, 100% done. There is. And it works. And all of these work for itself. And there we go. So everything works perfectly fine now. Okay, so yeah, my math is good. And it's ending at the right spot. I sort of feel like moving this over just by a little bit, but at the same time I don't. Okay, so the difference between these is 58. That's a lot. You know what? I'd rather just do this. Minus 58. Minus 172. Okay, that's fine, MJ. You're totally speaking Chinese to me right now, but I find it so fascinating that I'm locked in. I'm glad you do. Just me doing what I actually want to do. And I taught myself doing all of this. I started back in 2019, and I taught myself everything I know about coding in Scratch / Turbowarp. So between this and this is 12. So this would be 60. Difference between these was 22? 22. Means it would be minus 138. That should be a 22 difference. Yes, that's a 22 difference. Okay, so that means that should be done once we get back. Yes, and everything only controls itself and nothing else, which is what I want. And in my opinion, this is easy to understand. How is this making, like, if you were playing the game for the very first time, would this make sense to you? Right arm. Oh, so we're gonna edit the right arm, and this would change its costume for the upper, the lower, and the hand. Would this make sense to you? If this is your first time playing, just like visually looking at it. Because from what it seems like, this actually does make sense. No? Okay. I think so? Alright. Because this makes sense to me, for sure. Like the head. Oh, we're talking about the head now. The hair? Alright, the hair, the mouth. Alright, we're changing the mouth, aka beard, mustache, stuff like that. And then the eyes. Okay, we're changing the eye color. And then skin, of course, the skin color. And the body should be the, like, costume. But that does... do I want to make an ease of use? I might want to make an ease of use feature. Where basically... No... I'm just coding a customizable character. A character creation menu. Scene, menu, game talk. But yeah, basically we can create your own character, and this will help me be able to make characters for NPCs to make the game more like lively and whatnot. But the hair, if the hair is going to be in front, how is it going to be in back as well? If it's like female hair, how's it going to be? You're going to see behind the head and on top of the head. Maybe with hair, there will be two clones, one for the front and one for the back. I think that might be the way to go when making the character, adding even more clones than we already have. Actually, where's the clone counter? There it is. We have 65 clones. And that's just this and this. We haven't added the costumes, the armor, which the armor's not going to be on here, only the costumes. But the hair, yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 more clones, making that a lot higher number. I sent you a DM so you can see how I'm seeing it, because I'm a bit confused. Okay, let me check that out real quick. If TikTok, there we go. Oh yeah, right, my character blocks parts of it. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's like, oh, I can see everything perfectly fine, so can you. No, my character's blocking part of it. But yeah, all of this over here that my character blocking says upper. So upper right arm, the upper right arm, the lower right arm, and then you got the hand. So basically the thigh, the calf, and the foot, but instead of saying thigh, calf, foot, it says upper, lower, and then that. Okay. You can also rotate your phone to make it horizontal, if I'm correct, which would give you be able to see a lot better, but I don't know how typing is on that. I just completely forgot you can't see this entire part. Alright, so now we need to do these final 5. How do I want to do this? I can keep the X the same. But there's only 3. No, wait. Wait. I'm confusing myself now. Hold up. What? Okay. So y, let's look down at the y variable. Okay, so there's 4 y variables because there's 4 y layers. There's only 3 x layers, but there's 4 x variables when there's supposed to be 3. But why is there 5 left for the 5 that's remaining? 1, 2, 3. Wait, what? Because this is down arrows, meaning there's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my. Wait. Wait. What? Hold. I'm confusing myself the more I think about this. What? What? Okay, the first x and y coordinate. The first x coordinate is here. And the first y coordinate is here. So x, y, 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 2, y. Then why is there 4 then, if there's only 3 down arrows? Why? There's only 3 down arrows. Why is there 4 X's? So meaning 1, 2, 3, 4. When there's only 3. What am I doing? I'm confusing the flip out of myself. What? I'm so confused. What? How am I confusing myself this badly? No, wait. What? Wait. What? These are the 3 Y columns for each of them. That is perfectly fine. But how is there 4 X's for 4 columns? Wait, why is there 4 columns if there's only 3 columns? There's 12 down arrows, 12 up arrows, 12 numbers. There's 12 X's and 12 Y's. But why is 4 of them the same X if the... No! I can see my own idiocy even more now because I confused myself for no reason. I see that it was my brain overthinking that caused the situation entirely. I had it coded perfectly. This is perfect. Because there's only 3 X coordinates. You got 276, 218, and 116. Those are the only 3 X values. While there are 4 Y values. There's 4 Ys because there's 4 Y layers. And there's only 3 X. 270, 218, 2. It's not the correlation of this, it's the correlation of... My brain. I keep overthinking when I shouldn't overthink. This is actually my own idiocy at play. Because it's perfect. Nothing is wrong. I'm the reason why it's wrong, but it's not wrong, it's right. Oh my, I hate myself. This is correct. We just need to get past, we know it's correct, let's just leave it at that. Let's work on the other stuff now, because my brain is now hurting. I hate myself for confusing the flip out of me when for no apparent reason. Alright, we're good now, we're good. Yeah, I broke your brains while breaking mine for no apparent reason. Okay, let's try and continue now. It's 30 hours of coding, and yeah, this is what it does to me. I just want to get these arrows finished, and then take a break to eat something. Okay. I think for the head, we can do the exact same. Nobody's broken here. I'm the one who's broken, Murray. And I'm breaking you guys while breaking myself, basically. So I want another this, another this, and another this. Okay. Hopefully I don't break myself in the process of coding. But we need a 5th Y value. So if the Y value here is 19, no, what's the difference? 56. 56 is the difference. 75. Right. What would it be for? It would be 3. I didn't do that with everything. Okay, it needs to go up by 2. Not 2, it needs to go up by 3 variables. So, 78. It needs to go up by another 2. Yes. 80. There we go. I'm just gonna recenter some of these, because it only makes sense to, in my opinion. I don't think I need to redo anything else, except for maybe the foots, bringing them out. Okay. 2 left, which are custom. Yeah, but that's what makes it interesting. Yes, totally. Okay. My brain is living. Okay, so the next, if it, so the difference between that is a 71 difference. The next one is roughly going to be a 71 difference. 151. And since these are the Y values, they can be the same, while the X's need to be different. Those don't look correct, but we'll fix the Y once we fix the X. So the X difference for this one is a 58 difference. So it is a minus 172 minus a 58 difference. It's a minus 114. That should be the correct variable. No. Maybe? I'm dying. This difference from a 276 to a 218, no, 218 to a 160 would be 40, 58. It'd be another 58 issue. It would be 160, negative 160, minus 102. Hopefully this is correct. And then the difference between this should also be a 58. It's a 58. Okay, the difference is correct. Which should be a negative 80 situation. Now, hopefully, it's done. Sadly, I have to be up at 3 a.m. And it's 10 p.m. here, so you get the view. I get my sleep here, win-win. Alrighty. As long as you get your sleep for the next day, that's fine with me. What? Huh? Oh, wait. What? Oh. Why did I do math when I didn't need to do math? Alright. Good night, Murray. Sleep well. I didn't need to do the math. All I needed to do was just copy and paste variables. Why am I an idiot sometimes? That's all I needed to do was just that. All I need to do is calculate the y. Yeah, see, now the y is the calculation. That's off. And that needs to go down to 130, I'm guessing. Way too low. It's gonna be like a 140 situation. Reload the entire script. Yes. But I want to recenter it. I'd rather recenter the... I'm going to lower the Y level by 100. Right. Minus it by 2. In hopes that I can relocate these. Because I want this to be a bit more centered. And I also want the body to be more on top of it. It's 4 a.m. here and 3 a.m. I heard something screaming. It's 3 a.m. You know, remember this 3 a.m. challenges Guava Juice and other YouTubers did? That's what you're hearing. The screams of those bodies. Okay, so there we go. We got all of this done. Everything corresponds properly to its own variable. These numbers only change the these arrows only change the numbers directly next to it, which is what we want. And now we can correlate these numbers to the character itself. That means I need to make art. Total of 9 different types. For every single body piece. First me. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick 10-20 minute break to eat some food, and then we'll come back and continue. So I'll let you guys continue to listen to the music while I go eat. Going on mute. Yeah, thanks, Sal, because I'm still here. Because the next thing that we need to do for the character customization, so you can customize your character, is to make the stuff you can actually customize the character with. Because all we have is nothing. This is all I have. I need 9 different skin colors. I need to make 9 different types of clothing. And then 9 different types of hair, 9 different types of like beards and whatnot, 9 different types of eyes. What is 9 times like 25,000? That's so many costumes. Oh no, wait. Wait. Those 14 costumes only work for color. I just ate some chips and some granola bars. Chips I had were good though. I'm gonna need a lot. I'm gonna need another 14, 16 more costumes. Not costumes, clones. But the character look. That's just for the skin, not for the actual clothing. So maybe I should rename it to like underscore skin at the end so we know it's the skin versus clothing. I think that would make most sense. Alright, well basically time to begin doing this slowly. Okay, so now we just need to duplicate. No, wait. Would it be easier if I did this? Yes. That's like average height for them. Is that? That's good to know. I didn't know. You're below average. Yeah, I think average is like 5'8" or something. Five seven average? Is that actually average? I guess I was 1 inch off, but yeah, that's fine. Some for height. Yeah, the ones that go after height don't deserve it at all. Music in the background? Yeah, I got music in the background. Because I'm not talking 24/7. There we go. So that should still allow it to work with nothing changed. Yeah. Alright, time for me to start doing. I have a total of 9. That's a lot. Um okay. I gotta go mod for my friend. Alright. Have a good time. I was trying to focus on trying to get this to work. Okay, so I just need to rename all of these to 3. Okay, how would adjusting that one work? Which one of these is numbers? Number 16. Switch costume to, because my Plaisler want my cat because the cat scares me. This, you should make the cat scared of you, or not. One of the two. We need to replace item clone ID of creation light. No, of character look. No. How am I supposed to change the number? And then I put him in a ring of salt. I use his favorite troops and he didn't step out. He might be a demon. Okay. Hello, Gerald. I mean, spicy ramen, mouth is burning. Makes sense. Four glasses of chocolate. That's not gonna help, I don't think. There we go. So this is actually working. I'm surprised I got it to work, which is very good. Now I just need to copy and paste this for every single one of these. I wish there was a way to make this from 1 to maybe 2 wide, but I can't. I'm on the counter and the cat's looking at me and it's smiling. Can cat smile? I don't know. It's a real demon. There we go. This is taking a long time and we're not even on the clothing part yet. I might honestly do the eyes and hair next, even though I am gonna have to get like 4 more cloned in, 4 more lists, stuff like that. I think I might do that first, honestly. And then maybe shoes and maybe gloves. I have a pan, I have a demon cat, I'm gonna throw it. Maybe you shouldn't throw it, because that'd make it angrier. Who says cats can't smile? They don't have muscles? Uh-oh. Demon alert. There we go. Oh no. Time to take this color and then just copy paste, copy paste. Yeah, definitely do that. Now I got 8 others to go. Yippee. You know what? I might be done after this because this has been 4 hours almost. But we've gotten to the point where we just got it made. We just need the clothing and then we're fully done with this. I forgot to put that away again. I keep forgetting to put the text away once I'm back from my break. It's so annoying. I keep forgetting about it. Next door's dog. Yeah. 3 is done. 4 is next. Hello, Mob. How are you? Are you colorblind, possibly? Now I know my colors, then you're completely off. Wow, the dog biting his tail. Wow. Can I turn it to like 360? Cause it can. Nah, it's a demon. final 2 ones, and then we can be done for the night. Because we've done a good amount of progress today. Final one. There we go. Now it's finally done. That took a long time, but it's gonna take even longer because we have to do the eyes, the mouth, aka mustache and beards, the hair, every single piece of clothing for every single type party part. 9 times each. And I have to make clones that go on top of this. So, -2, 128, so 126. So, like 142. It's roughly 142 more costumes. For the hair, the eyes, the mouth, and every single piece of clothing is 142 costumes, roughly. That is a lot of artwork. And that's just for the character. That's not for the tavern, the quest, the dungeon, the enemies in the dungeon, everything else. We spent 4 hours doing this, and we've basically done nothing. That is crazy. But wait, why doesn't this hide? When it deloads the scene, it's supposed to hide. Yeah, we broadcast load lists. Okay. There we go. Yep. A lot of work inbound, but that's fine with me. Let me just see. Yep, as you can see, I'm breaking it. And I have fully broken it. But that's fine. Because I'm not going to... The player isn't going to be the one controlling where they go. It's the character walking back and forth, back and forth. No matter what, they're never going to encounter this bug that I just forced myself to encounter. I may have forced myself to encounter this, but the player will never be able to due to the way that it's going to be coded. So we are good on that front. Hold up. Why is none of this saved? I feel bad for. I think you must take a rest. Yes, that's what I'm planning on doing. What? There we go. Yep, there we go. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's stream. The next time we work on the Dungeon Hunters, which is a game, because the game series we're working on is taking games that we developed in Game Dev Tycoon and turning them into real games. So that is our mission, and the first game we're going is the first game we made in Game Dev Tycoon, which is the Dungeon Hunters. This is going to probably take a month to develop, because I want this to be as realistic to the game as possible, and in the game it takes roughly a month to 2 months to make in game. So it's going to take that much for me IRL from what it looks like, because I'm not trying to copy and paste the length. I want to do it as fast as possible. From what it seems like, it's going to be a long time. But yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Like, comment, follow, go to remember to join the Discord so you get notified whenever I go live or I post a video, or if your game is go free. You can also set up promotion as well, including our and your media, and you can of course join to talk to me and other people as well. So because I enjoyed, I will miss you. See you tomorrow. Alright, see you then, when I might either work on this or do something else. Enjoy.